Good morning, people. Basically, once again, I'm here and I'm talking about Vivint. Now, their contracts are one of the worst I've ever seen. Now, don't get me wrong, Vivint would be a good company if they would stand behind their product, but as a consumer, if you have a problem with their product, you have a right to refuse service of the product. But however, I've never seen a company threaten somebody to put them in collections if they so forth neglect to pay. That is a consequence, though. But I've never heard of a company threatening you. And also, just to leave that point, but if you bought some milk from McDonald's, I mean not from McDonald's, but from Publix. Excuse me, Publix, for using you as an example, and you didn't like the milk, you would be able to return the milk for a full refund. AT&T, I'm sorry for using you. If I have a problem with the cell service or cable or internet, I'm entitled to return the products and, to break contract with an agreeable fee. And no, it's not for the life of the contract or beyond the life of the contract, at which, it's a penalty with Vivint to break contract. So if other companies can do this and they have a far better customer service than Vivint, I really, really ask, why are not people doing something about this to prevent companies like this from being mafioso uh, bullies? Because if I threaten somebody with an action for a reaction, that, depending on the threat, that can be considered, uh, you know, any form of bullying. And that form that form of bullying, uh, kids, they call it extortion, and people have gone to jail for it. But just because it's a contract, it's a legal piece of paper, the same principles do not apply. When you threaten that I better pay the money because I'm not receiving the service that I'm getting, I really think that there's something wrong with the way that this is. And I would love for Vivint to personally, you know, with one of their reps, to sit down to talk to me so that we can discuss my problems, because I really don't understand how, this, as you see, this has been down for days, and my backdoor sensor does not work. And I'm not sure if it's from the panel or if it's the sensor. If somebody breaks into your home and you find your door loose, the people say that it wasn't no contact was broken, but you see that the door has been altered, and a company to tell you they're not responsible and to try to charge you to fix the problem, I really find that that's unacceptable. If you want acceptable, you provide quality customer service. You provide quality preventive services. And I really don't care about free stuff, because believe it or not, nothing in this world is free. You go to McDonald's, you complain about a burger not being good and you done ate half of it and they give you a free one. Guess what? Next year, they have to tally up, how many people actually done this. And then they're going to readjust their prices accordingly. So guess what? That free burger end up going to cost somebody else. The same with any other system that's available. I don't want free stuff. I want the stuff to work as which said. And if when it doesn't work with as said, to threaten me to stay within contract, I really find that to be, aggressive tactics. And this is why I've contacted the Florida Attorney General, because these tactics that are used, I believe, are criminal in nature. Right now, I'm studying to be a paralegal. And yes, I have found two cases to where, aggressive sale tactics are considered a violation of within the law. I'm not going to go and I'm not going to sit and discuss the cases because, this is not a legal format here. This is about me discussing how a security company can use such tactics in which to force their people to stay and also overcharge for a cancellation service. I will gladly pay for the equipment to get them out of my life, but I will not pay for equipment and service that which I will not receive to get them out of my life. I really need to sit down and talk with Vivint, because this is wrong. Every method that which they're using is illegal. I'm not going to talk about, the many the poor ratings, the for customer service. I'm not going to talk about their poor qualities, and if the service is not to work properly within my area, instead of selling this junk to me, you could have told me, and maybe we could have found a package that may have worked within my favor, but that was not the case. You sold me allegedly a top of the line, and the top of the line I have not been happy with. And since Hurricane Irma, my system has been more or less subpar. And since I've been complaining about it, the only thing that they've rated me as is a major complainer instead of resolving the problem. How can you actually rate me as a major complainer instead of resolving my problem? I'm trying to protect my home, my life, the items that which I put into my home. And I can't do that with the system that won't allow me to do it.